Lazav, the Multifarious, versus Sheoldred, the Whispering One. And yeah, it's not great, but there's lands in that hand, so we'll go to keep that. I'm guessing Sheoldred is going to be ramping to Sheoldred and then playing things like Entomb and Buried Alive. We get into our combo, or one of our combo pieces in Bloodline Keeper. Don't care about hard casting that, to be honest, but we will if we have to. And yeah, I think we'll just go after our... Which one is this? We need to control 2 or more basics for that to come in, so we'll probably play that next turn. As for this one is the Cycle Land. We'll pass over to our opponent, then go over the commanders. Sheoldred, the Whispering One. Mono black, 7 mana for a 6/6 with Swamp Walk, which is relevant in this game. At the beginning of your upkeep, return a creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. And at the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, we sack a creature, which is also relevant this game. We do have Wall of Souls and Vector Asp. I think we just play Polluted Delta. And we can go for the Nether Traitor in an attempt to get it into the graveyard. Once our library decides to load up. Oh, no, we need black. And black. Play the Nether Traitor with haste. The only reason this is in the deck is for the shadow and haste. It is effectively unblockable in the vast majority of scenarios. Forbidden Alchemy. Look at the top 4 cards of our library. 1 in our hand and the rest in the graveyard. I don't think there's anything else we want to do. In fact, yeah, we'll get this tap land out of the way and just go for Vector Asp. And then we can hold up Dismember if we're desperate. And the good thing is about the Lazav, the Multifarious deck, is that you don't actually care about board wipes. In fact, you might actually encourage them if you start to get these things onto the battlefield as opposed to in the graveyard, which is where you'd preferably have them. Vector Asp combos with a couple of cards, one of which is Wall of Souls. If they swing into us and we have access to Vector Asp and Wall of Souls, the creature that we want to block with Wall of Souls needs to have over 10 power, preferably, or over 9 power, 10 or greater. And then we can give it Infect, and it will deal Infect damage. And Vector Asp can do that for us. I think if we just try and go crazy with the Bloodline Keeper, it might encourage some kind of board wipe or removal or something. Because we would preferably like these in the graveyard. Vector Asp, of course, will not be doing Infect damage. We have to pay a black to give it Infect. And didn't go over Lazav, actually. That's a 1/3 for 2 mana with Surveil 1. And you can pay X to have it become a copy of a creature in your graveyard, where X is the CMC of the creature you're copying. And it keeps that ability when it turns into that creature. And is this just basics? Yes, it's basic lands, unfortunately. Don't have any basic swamps out. This thing could mill us into a hell of a lot. I think we have to go for that, to be honest. Because next turn, if it's not dealt with, that is going to get us a lot of things on the board. Or into the graveyard, not onto the board. I'll just go over Mirror-Mad Phantasm just in case none of you know. It's a 5/1 flyer for 5 mana, and then for 2, we shuffle it into our library, and then we mill cards until we hit the Mirror-Mad Phantasm, and we put it onto the battlefield. So it's a great way of dumping our library into our graveyard, and then we kind of get a free 5/1 flyer as well. We'll do that after swinging in next turn. First, we'll tap down with the Bloodline Keeper. And this is quite an unusual Lazav, the Multifarious game thus far. We are actually just playing all these out in order to receive a board wipe. I'm not sure if we are going to or not. We might just see Sheoldred. which wouldn't be terrible. Okay, yeah, so there goes the board wipe. That is fine. No, we don't want... Okay, no, we don't want to bring Nethetrator back from the graveyard. Only problem with that is all those triggers that come back off the third ability that we don't care about. And even if Sheoldred does come down, she has nothing to bring back. Unfortunately, won't be able to block her either with the Wall of Souls. Ooh, getting back our Vector Asp. Might actually... Did they put anything? No, they just put an island into our graveyard with that. Because I do want them to mill us, but I don't want them taking our creatures and making things difficult for us. I might actually... Damnation. Yeah, I think I go for that here. Sheoldred might get it back. No, I'm not going to go for the Nethetrator. It doesn't really do anything for us here. Pretty clunky game so far. Hoping we can get into... I was actually really hoping to get that Mirror Phantasm off, but our opponent clearly knows that they can't let us get that off. 3 cards left in our opponent's hand, and we... Oof, Magus of the Coffers. And Sheoldred is a 7/7, unfortunately. I think we have to go for this now. Snapcaster Cyclonic Rift, I think we put into our hand there. Or we could Snapcaster into Damnation. The Dismember is doing nothing for us. Which one is this? Exile. Yeah, I thought it was that one. I always get the one confused where you discard a land. Yeah, I think I take Snapcaster because I do want to... We'll see what we draw into next turn. Yeah, I want to go in Snapcaster Mage into Damnation. So we're just going to have to take a hit here. I'll be intrigued to see if they actually take anything with the Geth. Our opponent seems to be quite committed to the board now, putting out Cryptghast and Magus of the Coffers. They've got Geth back. I'm not sure if they actually had a choice to get Geth back. No, they have to do it, so... Yeah, but they seem to just be dumping their hand into play here, which is fine with us if we're going for this Damnation plan. If they get a creature onto the board that is 10 power or greater, we can try and go for the Wall of Souls into Vector Asp, but we'd really like that Geth off the field first. Alright, the Milliners again, that is Flooded Strand they got rid of. Oh, no it wasn't, it was Negate. Not sure how much Negate is going to do for us this game anyway. Okay, they're cherry-picking everything they want from us. Yeah, they want to get the Mirror Phantasm. Looks like they might be trying to go for some kind of Alpha Strike next turn. Oh, they'll be able to hit us for 7 though, of course, this turn with the Sheoldred. Okay, going after our Nethetrator as well. And they are milling us. Oh, they get us an Invisible Stalker, which is good to have in the graveyard. Unfortunately, that's all they've given us. If we get into... What else do we need? Yeah, if we get into Phyrexian Delver... Not Phyrexian, I always call it Phyrexian Delver, Phyrexian Dreadnought, then we actually have Dreadnought, Vector Asp, and probably wouldn't use the Invisible Stalker. We'd probably go for the Nether Traitor because it has haste. We are struggling for mana on that front. Hope for a land here. Ancient Tomb is very nice. Yeah, that's really good. In that case, we just get straight into it. So we will Snapcaster. And I think we'll get down the Wall of Souls first before we wipe the board, because it'd be nice to get that into our graveyard. Don't think there's anything our opponent can do about this. They're probably trying to work out what it is that we're going for here. I think it's pretty obvious. And then, yeah, I think... not sure how important Wall of Souls is going to be. I'm just wondering if Dismember is actually going to be good for us. I don't think it's going to do anything because of that Gauntlet of Power. So I think we just have to exile the Dismember so that we can get down Wall of Souls. Let me just make sure I've got enough black mana. That is 4 for Damnation. Right, so that's 5, 6. Yes, that's fine. And then we go Damnation, wipe the board, and say no 16 times to the Nether Traitor, and pass over to our opponent, and they'll probably still get... Yeah, they'll probably still get Sheoldred out again. So we're going to have to make use of Nether Traitor with that haste, because we'll just have to sacrifice Lazav the next turn. And unfortunately, doesn't look like we actually have anything to do with the Nether Traitor. We have 2 to get out Lazav, and 2 into Nether Traitor, then 4 to turn it into a Bloodline Keeper. Although it'll lose haste if we do that, so that won't work. I was just thinking about creating a token with the Bloodline Keeper, but the haste doesn't work like that on the Nether Traitor, unfortunately. Yeah, Sheoldred's down again with 3 open mana, 2 cards in hand. Okay. Well, unless they have 1 mana removal spell, that might be a very, very lucky draw. Alright, so it's now or never. We go for Phyrexian Dreadnought, and we'll have to sacrifice it straight away to get it into the bin. Okay, and we kill the Phyrexian Dreadnought. We certainly do not want to accidentally bring that back. No, because we need that haste. And we go 1, 2. Lazav Surveils. We put that on top because we might need it. Then it is 2 mana for Nether Traitor. Yeah, and then we go into Vector Asp, Infect, and then Phyrexian Dreadnought. So I have to make sure I'm clicking everything correctly. So this time, try and do it right. I did it wrong in one of the last games. And it's Vector Asp. Give it Infect with black. And then Phyrexian Dreadnought for 1. And we pass over. And there we go. 12 commander damage. Not commander damage, 12 infect damage. Our opponent had us on the ropes there. And I dare say they had that game won had it not have been for our draw into Phyrexian Dreadnought. Didn't get into any of our self-mill apart from the... What is it called? I'm just looking for it in the deck now. Mirror Mad Phantasm. and unfortunately our opponent saw the threat there, so they decided to get rid of everything, which would have been alright had we not have just played the Mirrormad Phantasm. It actually would have been nice to keep that round for a turn and get some stuff in our graveyard. Definitely would have milled into the Dreadnought sooner had that have been the case, so our opponent did the right thing, wiping the board, and we were just lucky enough to draw into it. So it's tough luck to our opponent, but good thing for us. I hope you enjoyed this Lazav the Multifarious game. I'm tribalkai on the EDH channel. Thank you for watching.